Why do Christians believe in the Trinity? The most direct answer to that question is because the one God revealed himself to be triune. But what exactly does that mean? Well, when Jesus was on the earth, his disciples knew that something was different about him. Think about his teachings. He went around and he said, "You've heard it said, but I say to you." And he did some striking things. He healed people and he forgave sins. And these things caused the disciples to think differently about Jesus. Think of Matthew's words, "God with us." And as the early disciples began to reflect on and who Jesus was after his death and resurrection, they came to the realization that he was not just a mere human being. He was not just like you and me. He was something more. He really is and was God with us. And so this act of God the Father sending God the Son to the earth to become incarnate, to take on flesh, led to the idea that God is more than just one person. And then the Spirit came at Pentecost, and from there the church begins to develop the idea that God is Father, Son, and Spirit. So the most simple and direct answer to the question of why do Christians believe in the Trinity is because God showed us that he is triune. That also led that the early Christians then began to reread the Old Testament scriptures and to think about these strange texts where God uses the plural. Think of Genesis 1:26, probably the most famous of these texts. "Let us make man in our image." And that language began to help the early Christians to explain what was going on in the things they had experienced with Jesus and the Spirit, and to think about and give categories to what does it mean to think about God as Father, Son, and Spirit. So why do Christians believe in the Trinity? It's really because God showed himself to us that he is Father, Son, and Spirit.